started a home business in 2001, and I actually lived in a shared house in Guildford in Surrey in the United Kingdom, and I lived with 7 other people. I was in a bedroom in the back of the house, and it was a small little room, but I had a big double mattress on the floor, and every single day I'd pick up that big mattress and I'd carry it all the way downstairs. I'd put it behind the sofa, and then I'd go to work in a mobile phone shop called the Car Phone Warehouse, and then I'd come home and I'd teach guitar in that bedroom. And the reason I carried my big mattress every single day, I must have pretty big biceps at the time, but the reason I did that was just because I was ashamed to be teaching from my bedroom and to be living in a shared house. I don't know why at the time, but I was. And also, there wasn't enough space for the mattress. But I lived with a guy called Neil, and as I said, 7 people in total. He was one of my best friends, and he could see that I was a little bit miserable and a bit down. And he said, I'm going to go meet a guy called Paul at the Holiday Inn in Guildford, and he's going to be talking about some kind of business opportunity. So I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. He said, would you be interested? I'm like, yes, definitely. Anything to make some extra money if possible. So we went along and we met this small middle-aged guy. He no hair. He was really nice. He was quiet. But we sat down and he started to draw circles on a piece of paper, and he's explaining, if you do this and if you enroll people here and bring people to this event, you could be making thousands and thousands of extra pounds. And then he started saying, what would you do if you could make an extra 5,000 a month or an extra 10,000 a month? And I was like 21, 22, maybe 23 at the time. And I'm like, wow, is that really possible? So I was sold on it. I was thinking, I'll get myself a car, I'll get myself a new guitar, and maybe go traveling. And I was really excited. And it turned out it was a network marketing business. And I just said to Neil, we need to join this right now. So we joined right there and then. Went back a few days later, met up with Paul, and he just said, let's invite some of your friends and family to a meeting that we're doing, which we did very quickly. We wrote down a list of our friends and family and we invited them. Problem was, most people didn't share the same excitement that I had, and most were saying, just be careful, it looks like a scam. What is that? I'm not interested. Some of my friends and family joined, but many of them didn't, and it just didn't go in. I just thought, this isn't for me. I'm just going to give up. And it's interesting because I gave up on that right then, but I never gave up on my dream of becoming financially free. And I think Paul had sparked something in me that got me excited. For some reason, I ended up on a website that was selling other websites, and I saw a gambling website for sale, and it was like £5,000 to buy this website, and it was already making 1,000 or 2 a month. So I thought, well, how am I going to get the money to buy that? I'd love to buy it. So I ended up going to the bank. I said to the bank manager, is it possible to borrow £5,000, please? Because I'd like to buy a car. And I knew that if I'd have said that I wanted to borrow £5,000 to buy a gambling website, they just said, not a chance. They lent me the money, and I purchased the gambling website. And I learned internet marketing that way. It was a website that was already doing well. So I learned about video, I learned about blogging and sales funnels and capture pages and affiliate marketing, and managed to increase from 2 to 5, even sometimes 10K a month. And I had some months of over 15K at the time. And that was doing really well. But the problem was, I hated watching other people, I guess, lose money, because with gambling, you've got to be very lucky to win long term. So I just started to get miserable, and I just thought, this isn't right. I don't really want to be doing this, and ended up killing the golden goose that laid the golden egg. You often have an opportunity that's really good, and all of a sudden it just doesn't resonate. It doesn't feel right. So I thought, I need to sell these websites, and listed them for sale, and fortunately managed to get, I think it was about £70,000, which is about $100,000. And I had quite a nice chunk of change in my pocket at the time. Problem was, I was still young and I enjoyed partying and going out and having fun, and ended up wasting all that money. But it looked like I was having fun, but deep down inside, I guess I was miserable. I was depressed. I just wanted more for my life. And I just thought, I need to do something about this. So I'm one of those people that keeps going and keeps going until I guess I succeed. So happened to find another business opportunity online. It was network marketing. It was a company called UVme, and UVme was in pre-launch, and everybody was excited. And I thought, wonder if I can use my internet marketing skills to build up this business called UVme and enroll people. So again, this is where video comes into play, because I think this was really the first time I started. This was, I think, 2007. And through video and through other mediums, MySpace as well, I had enrolled 284 people in that pre-launch opportunity. And I could see all this money sitting there in the account, and my team was growing and growing. Everybody was excited. And then a couple of days before launch, we're all getting ready to cash out and to make the big bucks. And all of a sudden, the company announced, sorry, we are not going live.
Mm,
Unfortunately, the company's closing down and we're
yeah.
not going to be able to pay you. I was completely devastated. And it was just
Mm,
like this big fist coming down from above, just saying, just get down, forget it, give up.
yeah.
And I just thought, no, I'm not giving up. It did take me a while to recover, but then I found one final opportunity at the time. And then obviously we'll get into the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about today. But the final opportunity was a company called Pure Leverage. And again, it was in pre-launch. You'd think that I'd learned my lesson at
Mm,
that point, but I thought I'll build a team website. So I set up a website and I started enrolling people myself. And then I started to build a bit of a team through my own personal enrollments. But in order to make money in network marketing, you've got to get duplication happening. And
mm,
my team weren't duplicating. And I guess I had no idea why. I'm
mm,
teaching you all these amazing tricks that I've used myself to enroll hundreds of people. Why aren't you actually doing what I'm teaching you?
mm,
And again, I had no idea why people weren't duplicating. So ended up going for a run one day and jumped in the shower and had a light bulb moment. I know why they're not duplicating. It's because I'm overcomplicating things. I was
mm,
teaching all this internet marketing skills I'd learned previously in the gambling industry to novices and people that had never had any success before, and
mm,
they had no idea what to do. So I thought, well, maybe I'll come up with a system that I'd been using myself, a simple process that
mm,
uses social media that people could then use to grow their team, etc. So we simplified it into 6 steps. The 6 steps: create, capture, connect, comment, communicate, and close. And I
yeah.
now call that the 6-step sponsoring sequence. And then all of a sudden, my team started to duplicate. It grew. I think it was 28 people in 19 days, and then it was like 183 people, then it was
Mm,
500, then it was thousands,
mm,
and it just grew and grew from
yeah.
there. And yeah, I just started sharing that with others and just teaching that process. And I guess I've been fortunate to have had, and we talked about this not a while ago, but it comes
Yeah.
from experience, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
we learn through failure and struggle and problems that we encounter along the way. But yeah, the lifestyle that I've been able to live since then has been incredible, and
Yeah.
it's such a powerful, the internet is so powerful, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.